Generating traffic and sales can be a challenge for online merchants. But selling on the Walmart Marketplace puts your products in front of millions of customers who shop on Walmart.com. And right now, sellers who join Walmart Marketplace can save up to 50% on referral and fulfillment fees for the first 90 days. So get started today. Head over to marketplace.walmart.com/savings. That's marketplace.walmart.com/savings.
Welcome to E-Commerce Conversations, a weekly podcast focusing on e-commerce topics featuring interviews with prominent people in the e-commerce space.
This is E-Commerce Conversations by Practical E-Commerce. I'm Kerry Murdock. Volusion is an early-day hosted shopping cart platform that has grown to represent 18,000 online stores. The company has recently upgraded its platform, and to explain those upgrades, among other e-commerce topics, we are joined by Volusion's Chief Operating Officer, Clay Olivier. Well, Clay, thank you for your time today.
Yeah, definitely. It's a pleasure to be here, Kerry. Thank you.
Clay, Volusion is a leading hosted e-commerce platform. Can you tell us a little history for our listeners that aren't aware of Volusion? Can you tell us a little history of the company?
Definitely. We've been in business for over 10 years. The company was founded by my partner, Kevin Sproles. He actually, it's a great little startup story itself. Started in his parents' bedroom with allowance money, and, he started off designing websites, and like a lot of small entrepreneurs, he just plowed it all back into, advertising and slowly built it up. And he really developed, the core platform. And in about 2003, I actually had left Dell and had a very successful career there and was ready to go start my own business. And I started an online store using the Volusion software, and, I'd found it on, probably page 3 of Google. And, but it was this amazing platform. There wasn't a ton of marketing there because it was really, a developer who had originally, Kevin had started this, and I just loved the platform. It was better than everybody else's, and so I started using it. I had a natural products business, which, I wish I had time to continue it because it was a really fun business, and I met a lot of great people. But anyway, so I actually became the angel investor on the deal, and opened up an office here in Austin, and immediately hired a sales and marketing team, and really kind of the rest is history. We've just been working night and day ever since. We've worked with over 100,000 entrepreneurs, as well as a lot of small businesses and Fortune 500 brands, and really just had tremendous success. And a lot of it is because we really listen to our customers. We're really focused on making sure that they are successful, and honestly just have a great time. And we're entrepreneurs at heart. A lot of people here are very entrepreneurial, and it's been a great ride, and we look forward to the future.
So it was started in 2000?
Yeah, it was like 1999.
99,
actually,
yeah. What's your customer count currently?
We have over 18,000 active stores. So that's it's a lot of merchants, and again, it spans from the vast majority are small businesses. But since our platform is so scalable, and we have all the security things that all the larger brands need, obviously the PCI certification, it's really allowed a lot more of the mid to large merchants come in, and we've had a lot of success there since we're so competitively priced and really offer kind of a one-stop shop.
How much? Speaking of pricing, how much is your product? What's the range of prices?
It's it's super competitive. It starts at $24.99, and that really includes everything you need, and that includes the hosting. One of the things that really sets us apart from everybody else is that we have the full 24/7 by 365 live phone support. There are people that are always here. It's not, a lot of people claim 24 support where you email them any time of the day, which is kind of a joke over here because people claim it, but you can email us any time. But we have people here all the time, and they range upwards. In terms of small business, range up to about $159 per month, and then of course for people with larger needs, when we ran Barack Obama and John McCain online stores, and some of the enterprise customers, obviously those are custom pricing due to volume and other things of that nature.
Is there a transaction fee included with that?
No, not at all. There's no transaction fees at all. That's something that we've really set ourselves apart from people like Yahoo and Pro Stores, especially back when we really started getting going in 2004 and 2005.
You've recently, Clay, your company's recently announced upgrades to your platform. I've read over those interesting upgrades. Can you give our listeners a summary of those upgrades?
Yeah, definitely. A lot of these upgrades, I like to point out, definitely came from a lot of our users, as well as a lot of, obviously, e-commerce experts in-house, but really try to listen to our community. Again, I think that's one of the other benefits of people that do choose Volusion is we've worked with over 100,000 entrepreneurs, so there's just a tremendous amount of experience and feedback that's been built up that has really helped. We've done a lot of things to enrich the user experience and always really focused on how we can help our merchants maximize their profits. So we added, soft add to cart, and that's a feature that really helps improve the shopping experience by allowing customers to add their products in the cart without actually leaving the product details page. Gift registry, which is something that people have been asking for a long time, which is pretty self-explanatory. A new social feature that we added was called Add This, and basically it allows online shoppers to share the products that they see on the actual merchant's website across hundreds of social media networks, things like Facebook, Twitter, Cadoodle, StumbleUpon, things like that. And again, things like this help elevate brand awareness and hopefully get more people to buy. We made some improvements to our administration area. There's more intuitive navigation menus, tabs. We redid our order processing page. There's some new performance indicators. We actually built out a whole new user interface team, and really they kind of came in at the tail end of this release, but this year we'll see some really big improvements on that front. Also, one of the most important features out there that doesn't necessarily sound super exciting, but if you think about really kind of what Google's all about, and I'm not saying this is like Google, but we really greatly improved our search capabilities for all of our merchants. And a lot of the really small providers out there have just really basic search, but this refinement that we added, really takes it to the next level. Allows grouping of additional keywords or terms by keywords, refinement by brand, price, as well as custom fields. And for a lot of our larger merchants that sell, have a lot more SKUs and things of that nature, it's really important because it helps people find what they're actually looking for. My Rewards is what we're calling our loyalty reward program, and so obviously that's a really big thing. And then we also made the software so that you can actually change any field on the store. So basically you can translate your software into any web-safe language or your site into any web-safe language. So that's just some of the features. There's a lot of little things that are also added, but those were some of the big marquee features that were added.
You say web-safe language, meaning any language like Spanish or French? Is that what you mean by web-safe?
Even Russian and things. I think that there potentially could be some Arabic conflicts. I'd have to double-check, but almost any web-safe language, anything that 99.99% of our customers would use is supported.
The Add This integration, that was I appreciate your explanation there. I read through that, and so that's customers that looking at one of your merchant stores, a customer can add it, not their business.
Yeah, right? Exactly. So if a shopper's on the merchant's website, on the product page, right below the image, there's a little drop down for the Add This, so they could share it with their friends. Like we have just a lot of funny sites. Like we have a guy that sells. You ever heard of the Beer Belly site?
I haven't. No.
It sounds really silly, but it's interesting how niches really dominate online. But this guy sells these, I guess, essentially like beer bladders that you would wear under your clothing if you're going to a game or whatever. And it sounds silly, but this guy's been on the Today Show, gotten tremendous press, and again, things like that are obviously spread very quickly. And we're just trying to help those social conversations happen because that's one of the keys to being successful in the social space.
Clay, we've enjoyed watching Volusion grow over the years and your platform, the success of your company. speaks for itself. I have a question for you. If there was one criticism, or not really a criticism, I guess, but one question that we have received from time to time on your platform, it applies to new merchants. And we had a new merchant tell us recently that Volusion was too complicated for her. She was just getting started, and there was such a large feature set that the term she used with us is you have to be a programmer to use it. Now that's not true, of course, but
Sure.
how do you balance all of the features that Volusion offers against a new merchant just coming in trying to get up and running?
Yeah, definitely. And for the record, you actually don't have to have any programming knowledge to use our software. There's no code required whatsoever. But yeah,
and I should interrupt there. I didn't mean to insinuate that.
Oh, no, I know. I just want to make sure that you stated that.
Yeah,
so.
Right. Yeah, no doubt about that. No programming needed. No doubt about that. Yep.
And so, it is true that Volusion really is the undisputed winner in terms of we have more features and functionality than any e-commerce platform on the market. And it's interesting. We really feel like it's one of the things that really separates us, between the competition. We've been here for over 10 years. We've worked with over 100,000 entrepreneurs. And it's one of the things that a lot of these super small providers that have just now hit the market, there's some little people like BigCommerce and Shopify that we've started to hear more and more of. They really lack true e-commerce functionality beyond just the surface level features, and that can really hinder the success of merchants online. And we've actually got more and more merchants that have started to move over from providers like them when they discover how limited the functionality really is. I mean, it's one thing to put up an online store, and it's another thing if you want to really dominate your niche. And whether it's lack of batch order processing, lack of real marketing features, integration issues with processors, lack of real live phone support, which we hear a lot, or of course PCI, which is a feature that a lot of these people do not have. It's really hindered a lot of people's success, and it really is challenging because a lot of those people end up having to convert over. And I think that although we do have a lot of features, it is very easy to use a lot of it. In order to create a product, you only need to fill out 3 fields, which I think is product name, product price, product weight. And like I said, the new version definitely has improved a lot of that. I think one of the things that you'll see from us in the future is really trying to separate out some of the advanced features from the entry-level features so that when a new merchant comes in from a usability standpoint, all they see is just those basic features. So even though there's only 3 fields that you need to fill out to actually create a product, there's probably 50 to 75 more fields that will allow you to really do anything with your product that you could want. And although you don't have to take advantage of those today, if you really want to grow and scale, there are things you're going to have to do because it is very competitive out there. And if you just are just displaying a product online with no, you're not trying to do any kind of sophisticated coupons or you don't want to really deal with search refinement, we feel like it really will hinder success. And as time moves on, having that functionality, we feel like really helps separate our merchants out. And for the people that we have seen be successful, we see them utilizing a lot more of these features.
Our listeners and readers, of course, are smaller e-commerce merchants. Anything else on your mind for them today that we haven't talked about?
I think a big thing, which is we hear a lot of in our industry, has to do with security is always a really big concern. And, PCI certification, which I know you guys have written quite a bit about, it's really a big deal. And I would just say that there's a lot of providers out there that, despite the claims they make on their websites, are really not certified. If you go to Visa's website, you can go to Google, you type in Visa PCI, and on that page, if you click on the global list of PCI, DSS validated service providers, you'll see everyone that's actually certified. So no amount of marketing spend can change that. Either you're on there or you're not in terms of being certified. And so we'd really like to see people make sure that they're being certified. And, just some tactical things I would tell people are the use of negative keywords. I know a lot of people, I'm like, yeah, we all know about negative keywords, but just to use Volusion as an example, we think it's one of those things that marketers don't do enough of. We have certain campaigns that we run, and in a single ad group, we might have as many as 950 negative keywords for some of the Volusion ads that we run. And negative keywords can literally save your company thousands of dollars. It not only can improve your quality scores and the relevancy of your ads, but it really can optimize your performance. And the English language has over 170,000 words in use today, so there are plenty of negative keywords out there to go find. So using things like the keyword suggestion tool, looking at what your competitors are doing with SpyFu and things like that can really help you optimize your campaigns.
That's obviously pay-per-click advertising is what you're referring to there.
Correct, so, definitely.
Yeah, great. Well, for purposes of our listeners, Clay's company again is Volusion. That is Volusion.com. And Clay Olivier, the Chief Operating Officer of Volusion, we want to thank you for your time today, sir.
It's been great. Thanks, Kerry.
That's all the time we have for this week's e-commerce conversation. I hope you enjoyed it. Please tune in next week for another new episode.